this is Stephanie from Mama Got Skills, and I wanted to share a little secret with you today. I have very long, right now, a little bit long, curly hair, and I've seen on Facebook a lot recently, where do I get my hair cut that's a reasonable price? Because honestly, haircuts, $20, $50, it's like insane. I've actually paid a lot of money for really bad haircuts, and I'm sure a lot of people have. So I wanted to share with you how I cut my hair. I usually like it about here, and it's just feeling a little long. As you can see, I didn't brush it. I get anywhere from super curly ringlets to just super waves, and it depends on the time of day and the weather. So I'm in one of my bathrooms, but that way you can kind of see a little bit behind me, maybe. I don't know. Looked better. Looked like I could see myself a little earlier. And I want to show you how I did that on a budget. So what I have is my hairbrush, and I have some scissors, good sharp scissors, a hairband, and a trash can. Okay, my kids actually decorated this, so like when they were 2. So a while ago. It makes a good trash can. So let me show you what I did. I actually have tried this a couple ways, and I end up getting a better haircut. I don't know how, than I do if I paid someone else to do it. So over time, I don't know, the last 10 years or so, I've kind of gotten used to doing this. I cut my kids' hairs. My husband won't let me cut his hair, but that's probably okay. But, men need to get haircuts every, 3 weeks, 2 weeks sometimes. So my son, I end up cutting it really short and letting it go about a month because he hates his haircut. So he would rather I cut it because he doesn't feel comfortable. So I don't know if anyone has kids with special needs that might feel more comfortable doing it themselves. When he was really small, it was bad. He would scream bloody murder. I actually, since he's grown up a little bit, gotten used to cutting his hair on my front doorstep just so people didn't think I was trying to torture him. When he was a toddler, I learned to give him, I gave them washable markers in my bathtub. Isn't that genius? Washable markers in the bathtub. They're playing. They don't even notice you cutting their hair, and then you just give them a bath because they're already in the bath. And that was really handy. So I got really used to doing that before I even tried myself. Anywhere, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a lot of ponytails, and then I'm going to cut it. Wherever you put your ponytail is where it's going to be the shortest. So I can't just do one ponytail because my layers end up being super duper long. So what I end up doing is first I do one in back, and then I end up doing several ponytails to get the right length for me. And I go straight back from my head, and then I'll cut it here. So right over my trash can, hopefully, so I don't make too big of a mess. And there goes several inches. Hopefully it's good, right? I did not brush my hair yet, and I'll tell you why. Because I have curly hair, and it doesn't really matter what it looks like now, what it looks like straight, doesn't matter. It'll look different. So I don't cut it when it's wet, and I don't cut it when it's straight. I will pull it straight here, so at least it's kind of even, but you can kind of see I didn't do that great of a job. But go straight across. Okay, I'm kind of using you as my mirror because I have my mirror in back of me so you can see. Okay, so there's one. Okay, I will do one here. I will do my part. My natural part is here. I also have a natural part here. So I tend to do it both ways, on this side and on this side. Sorry, my part is here. And then, because I do tend to part it both ways, typically on a regular everyday basis, I do part it in the center. So kind of try to part it in each way when I cut it. I'm going to do, starting from the center. And again, you can use a brush for this, but my hair isn't giving me too much trouble. And I'll give myself pigtails. So one on this side. Okay, and I'll go straight up and see where my hair is. So sometimes I can see a lot of stragglers. So I'm cutting off about 1/2 inch here. Yeah, about that. And I do not, because where my part is, and I have a cowlick on my head where my bangs grow, I do not have bangs. But bangs are pretty simple. The problem with bangs is, just like the rest of your hair, they will grow at different rates. So I will continually mess with bangs. My daughter has ruined her bangs because she keeps trying to cut them. And so when I have bangs, it kind of does this thing, like a curtain. So when I was about, I don't know, 13, I grew out my bangs, and then I cut them. I cut them. Then I grew them out when I was a teenager, and I thought, oh, that was a fluke. No, it wasn't a fluke. My hair just does that. So you can see how I'm kind of trying to get it even, and I'm not going to worry about it being even side to side until the very end. But it's not too bad. So I do want to get it up top, but I don't want all my hair to be layered top. So I'm going to do one at the very top of my head, like a unicorn, and it's only part of my hair. So from here, okay, and then I can continue that. But it just depends on how big of a layer you want and how much hair you want. I can't have super big layers, and this is why I do better cutting my own hair, because I end up looking like a mushroom. I will go and spend $30, $40 on a haircut because I live in California, and I will end up leaving with big head. Like the layers are too much. They can cut too much layer and it'll go out and I'll look kind of like Marge Simpson. And I don't really, not a good look for me. Because I will wake up in the morning and look frightening. People would run away from me. So in order to avoid that, see, I'm having trouble because my curls are curling around my finger rather than getting cut. So there's a little bit more wiggle room when you have curly hair. And that means if you cut it a little uneven, you really can't tell. And that's why this kind of works for me. I also do a low ponytail, so I do a middle, a high with half my hair, a low, and pigtails. And then let's see what it looks like when I brush it. So I'll do low because at this point I have a lot of layers that get out of my hand at this point. But I don't want it that long still. So I just want to make sure that it's not too long. I do not cut my daughter's hair the same way. I cut her hair because it's not as curly. I cut hers with more like 2 ponytails. She actually recently decided to cut it fairly short. So I did more like a bowl cut, and then I did 1 cut up here. And I can do another video to show you that. But this looks fairly even. So now, take a look at my Cousin It pose here. And you can kind of see, I can't see myself. This is where I need to cut some more to make it even. This is my even curtain. So I take my whole curtain right here, and you can see my curls emerging. I only cut my hair, I don't know, every 4 months or so. And it's not because, it's just because it grows really fast. I don't need to cut my hair more than that. And I'm not super picky about it being the same length all the time. It gives life a little bit of variety. So as you can see, they're kind of all different lengths. So I'm gonna change that a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to cut this so I just can't see myself. So that it is a little more even here. Okay, and there it is. Ta-da! And there is my $60 haircut. If I do brush it, you can still see the layers, but it looks pretty even. Sometimes I will go back and say, okay, if I part my hair here and I stick my hair in a ponytail here, do I have too many stragglers? I do. So I can go ahead and give myself like a little granny hat, little Red Riding Hood in my red, and cut it again so that it's a little more even here. And again, sometimes because it's curly, sometimes I don't need to. It just depends. But I will check because I don't want to look lopsided unless that's the look you're going for. All right, there we go. No more lopsided. And that's it. And I won't cut my hair again for another couple months. But as you can see, I cut quite a bit of hair. It is still very curly. It is all in the back the trash can, and it looks kind of like a poodle exploded in here. So anyway, and that is your free haircut. I spent 10 minutes explaining it. It usually takes me about 5 to 7 to actually cut it without explaining it to anyone. So have a great day, and I hope to catch you later on my blog at www.mamagaskills.com. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.